Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Mongo out here Tuesday morning in the garage. Wanted to stop in here and see if the Stormtrooper is leaking any fluids, since we did put brake fluid and power steering fluid in it last night. That is a good sign. Nothing. So, like I said, we did put power steering fluid in it last night and some brake fluid, and I do not see any leaks on any of this stuff. And it definitely took some of that power steering fluid because that's not as full as it was. All right. Well, tonight after work, we'll get back at it, see what else we can get hooked up. Kenny has gone into the house. It is now 10:15, Tuesday night. We were out here working on the old Stormtrooper and got quite a bit done tonight. Let's talk about it. We went ahead and got the heater hoses hooked up. Got the bypass hose hooked up for the water pump. Got the alternator wired up. Got the fuel hose all connected on there. Did get the power steering pump pulley on. However, I still have the wrong belt. I did get a couple belts, but they're all wrong. You can't see it, but the master cylinder is full of brake fluid and the brakes are bled. We now have brakes. We also have a vacuum line there to the booster for the brake system. That's all hooked up. Got a couple plugs in the intake, one up here. That one right there would have been a coolant leak. That little 1/8 incher there, I think, is going to end up being my temperature sender. The oil pressure sender is now in. The distributor is not totally in yet. It's kind of just sitting there, but I got to drop it in. We do now have a transmission dipstick, but it's yet to be installed. Gonna have to probably make up a little bracket for that so it's where it belongs. Again, we do have brakes. While we were at it, if you guys go back and look, they actually had these calipers on the wrong sides. Left was on the right was on the left, and what that does is it puts the bleeder on the bottom. And not only that, there is an inside and an outside shoe. That outside shoe fits right up along the outside portion of this caliper right here, and it's square. So that definitely gives you an inside and an outside shoe. They had both inside shoes on the driver's side, and both outside shoes were on the passenger side. So they had it all cattywampus. But we got it fixed, got it all bled out, so now the car does have brakes. Brand new brake lines all the way around. We did get the new rear brake hose. This is that rubber hose that's inside of here. You can see it back there, brandy new. So all brand new brake lines all the way out to what KJ says is brand new brakes, drum brakes under there. I didn't pull it apart, but I believe him. He was sitting in the car bleeding the brakes, and the steering wheel came off in his hands. So that would have been interesting out on a run. You know, full throttle down the hill when the steering wheel comes off in your hands. So what we still got left to do, we've got to figure out where that fuel line goes from the front to the rear. There's all kinds of vent lines under there that looks like are going to need hooked up, so we got to figure out where they go. And then a couple other little things have to be taken care of. I've got to make up a set of spark plug wires for it, get a coil installed. What else? Fuel lines. The kickdown linkage all needs to be hooked up. So we still got a bunch of little detail stuff. It is now Tuesday. My plan is to have it running Friday. So we're, I would say, on schedule, if not maybe just a little behind. But we did get some stuff done here tonight. So I think it's looking pretty good for just throwing it together to get it running. Like I said, we're not trying to build a show car here. We're just trying to get this thing running and see what's up with this engine. What's up with the transmission, and that way the owner of the car will have the opportunity to at least let somebody hear it run before they buy it, because I don't think he's going to keep it very long. He will be selling it once we make it run. So the old Stormtrooper will be for sale soon. All right, so that's it. I'm going to go ahead and hit the house, get cleaned up, and get ready for bed. We will see you all tomorrow. The old Mongo man, he's out. See ya. Hey, welcome back to Mongo's Garage. If you haven't figured it out yet, I'm Mongo. This is my garage. We're out here working on Stormtrooper. KJ just went into the house. It is now 20 till 11. Wednesday evening. We got a lot more done on the car here. But we also had, we're playing the Texas two-step out here. 2 steps forward and 1 step back. The heater just kicked on. So what we've got going on, we went ahead and got the cooling system together tonight. Got the upper radiator hose on, the lower radiator hose, all of the heater hoses. And once KJ put some fluid in it, as you can see down there, we have us a leak. A brand new Chinese water pump is leaking out the weep hole. So we're gonna have to take care of that. Did have a gooseneck leak as well, so we'll take care of that once we get it all apart. I did build wires tonight. Nothing's in the looms yet. They're kind of just loose in there, but we do have all that. Coils in place, not quite wired yet, but it is there. So what else did we do tonight? I think that was about it, but that's quite a lot. I was worried over here about these 2 rear spark plugs, but I put 90-degree boots on them and brought them out from the bottom so it doesn't come anywhere near that upper tube on the headers there. We did get the power steering belt on it, so that's the right one. The transmission cooler lines are in. They actually turned out really nice, and the radiator's in it, but it's got to come back out because, like I said, that water pump's leaking. We want to get it changed. I think we're going to get one of those for tomorrow and keep on keeping on. So we are ever so much closer to getting this thing running. We've got some important things that need to be done. The transmission dipstick needs to be put in it. The dry shaft needs to be put on it. Once the dry shaft's on it, I can also get the shifter done. I'm going to do some throttle cable work and the kickdown. I necessarily don't need that stuff to make it run, but it would be nice to have it. The only problem is when this thing does run, it's going to be open header, so we won't really be able to hear the engine. Probably am going to crank it, obviously with no ignition at first, so that we can get the oil pressure build up, make sure everything's good, get oil to the top end. We will put the oil in both sides, quart here, quart there, quart there, quart here, so that we are certain that the top end does have some oil in it before we start cranking on it. So let me think, what else? Yeah, I think that's about it for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and get things shut down here and head into the house myself. I think I have enough to throw a little video together from yesterday and today. I'll go ahead and do that. And I wanted to remind you guys that this upcoming Sunday, right here in Mongo's Garage, we're going to do it live at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I hope you can join us for that. All right, the old Mongo man is going to the house. See y'all.